Good morning folks, and welcome to another episode of I tried to react to content on internet, but it was so bad that I decided to write it to make it look more professional. So a couple of times ago, when I was diving deep inside my depression, I have found a very interesting video which starts like this.
You're not allowed to go to Antarctica.
And it got me very much interested. So I watched the whole thing, and apparently this guy has no name because I tried looking him up and I found nothing. However, at the end of this horrifyingly stupid video that I'm about to show you, there seems to be a shout out to someone named Captain Mike Maloney. So I YouTubed him, just like you can Google someone, but I YouTubed this guy, which is hilarious because YouTube is a service of Google. And the first result I saw was this video.
Everyone's a Nazi that I don't like.
So after I lost a couple of brain cells watching this video and then that music video, I have decided to check the whole Instagram page that posted that gem, and it all comes down to the same conclusion. We do not agree about anything but about the fact that we do not trust in science. So guys, prepare yourself a ball to let your brain melt into, because we're about to dive deep into some bullshit.
You're not allowed to go to Antarctica. You know that? When people go, oh no, you can totally go there, you can take a tour. 1% of Antarctica. If you try to just go to Antarctica, you will be met with armed guards.
So first off, this guy starts by saying that if you try to go to Antarctica, you will be met by armed guard that will try to shoot you off.
Commercials, flights can't fly over Antarctica. Never. Even when it's super convenient. They can never fly over Antarctica.
Keep that in mind.
On the night of the election in 2016, John Kerry went to Antarctica. The explorers that went there were involved in some very weird missions, especially starting after World War II with Bird and, Project Free Fall or High Jump.
So he's talking about a very interesting project called Project High Jump, a project led by the Americans to use Antarctica as a base to try and test weapons. But because Antarctica is located at the very bottom of the Earth, compasses there cannot work properly. As along with the fact that weather is terrible there, Americans decided to leave the place. But for some reason, you still can't go to Antarctica.
The flat Earth community believes that Antarctica is the ring, the ice ring around the entire world, and that's where the dome starts.
What did he just say?
Antarctica is the ring, and that's where the dome starts.
If Antarctica is this big ice ring that we have no right to go across, how can we fly over with a plane? This makes no sense, just like the rest of this video.
And so what's their excuse? They say, well, it's because there's not enough refueling stations. So if there's a crash, it's too unsafe.
Which is absolutely logical, and for me is a valid reason for people not to fly over Antarctica.
The odds of a plane crashing is 1 in 100 million. And I've been on planes that have been going over the ocean.
Wow! He's been going over the fucking ocean! Jesus Christ, this man is a genius! Woo! If planes can go over water, it means that they can go over ice. So, if I have been in a plane that can go over water, it means that planes can go over Antarctica.
This is big brain time.
If Antarctica was in the middle of the Earth, yeah, that would be weird. But once again, it's at the bottom of the fucking globe.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, if they cared about human life, they wouldn't start nonsense wars.
That's true.
Okay, so another thing they say is they don't want to affect the wildlife.
Which also makes sense.
Then they never fly over the Amazon rainforest? Come on.
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 Every major nation in the world has a treaty where no one can go to Antarctica and it's all theirs and it's all scientific research.
Well, yes, this treaty actually exists for a very good reason. The American government wanted to take Antarctica, a whole fucking continent, to make things explode and test weapons there. So it absolutely makes fucking sense that there's a treaty for people to say no. Antarctica is a continent of itself, so it's left unclaimed. You can't take Antarctica for yourself. You can claim a part of it. Like you can claim a land in Antarctica, but it will not belong to another continent or another country. You know? I know you know. And this jackass actually thinks that no, this treaty exists because they want people to stay away as much as possible from Antarctica. No, you can totally go there. You will just have to take a boat. Because think about it, if you try to fly a plane over a fucking icy place where there's wind all the time, it's very difficult to either land or just take off. Yes, you can fly over Antarctica. You can go to Antarctica. It's not forbidden, for fuck's sake.
It's so dripping with mystery, right? Okay, I have a buddy who believes the Earth is very round. I'm more leaning towards ice ring.
Oh, so he's more leaning towards ice ring, but you can't fly over Antarctica. Do you guys realize how stupid, how nonsensical this is? Like, if there's a dome and that's where the dome starts, like, it means that Antarctica is at the end. It's like it's out the outside ring of the dome, right? Right? It's gotta be something like that. It's gotta be that, right? So if it's outside of the dome, how the fuck can you fly over Antarctica? And even if it's inside, you can't fly over something that's at the limit of the dome, because the dome just goes like this, right? It goes like... Is that a bitch? Is that a bitch? Yes, it is. Oh shit. If it's a dome and it starts like here, you can't fly over the fucking ring because the plane would fucking crash into the dome. Like, this whole theory makes no fucking sense. No fucking sense.
You know, same with the North Pole. They'll make these giant deals out of, like, Buzz Aldrin visits Antarctica and then he got like sick. There's like warning signs going down. And listen, the first veil that you get rid of when you stop just being a lying psychopath is immunity to social ridicule.
Okay, so this whole sentence that I left whole, just so that you can check for yourself, makes no sense. I analyzed every single words that he said to try and make the most sense out of what he's trying to say, but it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
You know, when you stop watching pornography, you start seeing the heart of human beings a lot more. But when you have a child, you feel zero ridicule for, you know, praying, all that. You know, when someone's like, oh my God, you believe in Sky Daddy? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I've prayed for my son's safety. This no longer works.
I do not understand a single word that he's trying to... I understand the words individually, but the sentence makes no sense. Why is he talking about Antarctica, then social ridicule, then pornography, then praying, then spaghetti daddy?
And a big thing that happens is when people no longer get blinded by social shame, which is step one, that's level one. When someone's like, oh my God, you think there's something going on with Antarctica? I've seen Happy Feet. That's when the programming comes in.
How the fuck is Happy Feet a conspiracy? How is it programming? Please, someone explain to me how this makes sense, please.
Hollywood movies and TV are designed to make you think you've been to a place that you've never been to. They make you scared of things that aren't real fears. That's why people are like, well, go look at the dome then if you think that show me the edge of the earth. It's like, you literally can't.
I have another question. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe at the end of the day, I'm the stupid one. How in the fuck can people go to space if there's a fucking dome? I mean, if it's a dome, it's gotta be something like glass, right? So, okay, so apart from the fact that if it's a dome, we can't go to space, do you know the effect of light on a convex lens? Because a dome is a convex lens, right? I'm genuinely asking you to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You know, light gets concentrated in the center. So if there's that, it means that in the very center of the earth, there would be a fucking boiling place, right? And so it would be like extremely hot. But is there such a place on earth? Is that possible to any extent at all?
You know, the odds of that happening, the odds that a piano right now falls from the sky and hits me in the head is higher than being in a plane crash, unless you have information that will lead to Hillary Clinton's arrest. What? So my buddy, who's extremely smart, does not believe the earth is flat at all. I don't know. I still am not convinced the earth is flat. I know it's not a spinning ball.
So which is it? Is it flat? Is it a spinning ball? Is it a dick?
But The most important thing is, will you admit that there's something going on with Antarctica? On the night of a presidential election, John Kerry goes to an icy tundra that you're not allowed to go to for no reason.
So now he's talking about John Kerry going to an icy tundra for no reason, when in fact it was for research purposes to see the effects of climate change on the ice caps, because
polar bears are dying. The ice caps are melting.
You can't fly over it. It just so happens to have a circumference that would be exactly the circumference of a flat Earth.
how the fuck did he calculate that? If your brain was that big that you could calculate that the actual circumference of the whole Antarctica is the exact same circumference of a flat Earth, how could you say the Earth is flat?
If you're willing to say that it makes total sense that we don't fly over Antarctica because of the possibility of a crash and then there's no gas stations, they look at you like you're fucking retarded. They'll keep parasitically sucking life and fear from you. If you believe that an abortion is like fine and a woman's right and, you know, like it's empowering, they laugh at you. So my point is this.
There's something that I want to make clear for everybody. It's nobody else's choice but the person concerned to decide whether or not they want to have an abortion. Certainly not a white guy.
Will you admit that there's something happening in Antarctica? You know, that's science. I see, this is another thing. Like, is it just chance that carbon is 666?
What the fuck does this have to do with anything?
That's odd.
No, that's even.
Roulette wheel, 666. Like, it's all... You know, I don't want to be the guy that sees patterns everywhere where it's like Venus, penis, one-eyed raven, Illuminati. It's all in plain sight.
What the fuck was that? What does that mean? What is that?
We're not allowed to go to Antarctica. We can go to Cincinnati right now. And you could go to Denver right now and take a shit in the street legal.
Okay, why is it... Why I will not be okay with the fact that it's now legal in Denver to take your pants down and take a fucking shit down on the floor in Denver. Why is it legal to do that? So anyways, you see the type of character that this man is, but at the same time, like, it's the same with all the posts on this whole page. So I've always made fun of people that believe in conspiracy theories, and I've never met one until now, but I already missed those days. In order to keep this video short and satisfying, I have decided to cut it here. So if you want a part 2, please let me know. Happy bathroom break.